real drug kings. I've been all alone, ain't never need nobody else. I'm at the top floor. All the show competition, but it ain't nobody low.
And 38. Dominate with an extra badge point at 39, and then let them hear you roar with the level reward of Season 4, a Tiger. That's right, the Tiger is back.
You've reached level 40 in all 3 previous seasons. Hitting the milestone in Season 4 will give you Legend status.
That Legend prize is under wraps for now.
Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through the tunnel earlier on, ready to give their faithful fans plenty to cheer about tonight. The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets as they play against the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Let's see the stat sheet here for Jalen Brunson.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Today's NBA is truly a skill game, 1 through 5. One team executive said there is a high threshold on big men right now. The big has to do it all. Another said top bigs must have a diverse skill set. Ball handling, shooting, all of it. Guys, these days, size and athleticism are not enough.
Changing like the game is. David, good insight. Thank you. And both teams tonight, Greg, can go deep into their benches. It seems like a growing trend.
Yeah, I think teams are digging deeper more than ever before, and even getting into two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys.
So the Nets starting 5. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's the doctor in at the point. And for Dallas, Finney Smith in at the forward with Porzingis as the other. Luka Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Brown in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Brunson. Pass to Finney Smith. Out to Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls it up. Brooklyn with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, and that one.
Finish!
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
The shot's good from Brunson.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
The Nets on offense. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Durant with some nice D. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. The doctor passes to Durant. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. Neither can he.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
For Dallas, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And he recovers it. It doesn't go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Gotta keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
That doesn't go either for Durant.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Doncic, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Doncic has got his second basket. Here's the doctor. He's coming off a 40-point game.
Oh,
That's
man.
his first personal foul.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
We have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, the Doctor.
Well, you talk about a player displaying complete dominance on the floor. This is it. And it seemed like he could do no wrong as he was a factor in really every facet of the game. A truly remarkable performance.
And it's a foul called on Doc. That's his first foul. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, and the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Doncic passes to Brunson. 11 feet away and too long on the shot. Brooklyn leading by 3. Passes it to the Doctor. Throws it up high. Unable to get that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And he drives in.
That is not possible. What we just... Is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
We have got to see that sensational Mobile One block again.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
And the pass to Brunson. Doncic fires from way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
And Kevin, everybody's dissected Luka's offensive game, trying to find that weakness. And I'm just here to tell you, I don't think he has it.
2 points. That one goes.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
To the paint, here's Brown, and then Brown with the dunk.
Ooh, that's right in the face of the D.
You know, he dealt with the pressure like it was nothing.
Boy, he had a lot of momentum behind him on his way up there.
Good on the bucket. And the play of Doncic is drawing comparisons to so many all-time greats. But, Greg, the one that stood out to me, they said he's a combination of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. What do you think?
And it just makes sense with his passing and shooting. You throw in the step-back game of James Harden, you start to see why he is a problem for this league.
Here's the doctor.
Save that one. Boys, I'm going to want to see that a few times.
Oh, me too, right? Jaws on the ground all over this building.
I wonder how long he's worked on that. First, you got to think it up. Then, you got to bring it to reality.
And it's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Burke comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Aldridge is checked in. Dallas calls timeout. And the travel in the NBA just exhausting, Clark. It's just incredible how many miles these teams rack up, how many miles these players fly.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Kevin. And charter flights certainly help. But, man, I tell you, the season is 7 months long. And you're on planes probably 60% of that time. Whether you're going back and forth from it's a lot of wear and tear, but it is part of the business. And guys do learn how to adjust and be ready to do their jobs at a high level in spite of it.
And so Aldridge will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, leading by 5. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Brooklyn leading by 7. Stolen by Brunson. Here's Doncic. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
You know, over time, Aldridge has really developed into a pretty good shot blocker.
Going inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And creating a little separation here, gaining confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And that one's good. Burke.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Durant, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. KD's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, his game offensively is fully developed. Durant has no holes in his offensive game. Comfortable from any place on the floor.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Offensive rebound. Five on the clock. Pass to the doctor. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. The doctor's got 20 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit.
Left side Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Doncic with it. He's coming off a 34-point game against Memphis. Shot to stop the run. It's blocked.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And that one's good. Durant. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's the doctor. Burke covering. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. KD looking around. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. Here's the doctor, and it's off from three-point range.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And Griffin, here we go. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We've got more in store for you right after this. And big man Kristaps Porzingis not resting on his laurels. He describes what he does to get better in the offseason.
Just getting in that weight room and living in there, basically. Doing what I need to do, and then I'm going to be twice a day in the basketball court as well, just working on everything. So.
And it's 7-3, and with a few in, a different look for Dallas. Rounds checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant's checked in for Aldridge. Joe Harris comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And the Doctors subbed in for Bruce Brown. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. The small and power forwards are Harris and Durant. Mills out there with the Doctor, and it's Claxton in at the center. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kristaps Porzingis is returning to form after his knee surgery. He says making sure it's strong and stable is nonstop work. I'm feeling better, and I have confidence that I can go out there and play freely. His offense has been great. It's the defensive end he's still getting right. Guys?
Well, we know he can be a presence, DA, and I think eventually he's going to be what he wants. Thank you. Here's Finney-Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Capable of running the offense. Doncic, fantastic at getting his teammates involved.
And you know you're special when you're drafted third and people still can't believe you slipped that far. That's how good Doncic has been in his young career.
Pass to Brown. Dishes it to Doncic. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And Greg, at the time of the 2018 draft, Luka Doncic was regarded as the best international prospect ever.
And that sounds right because, you know, coming from Europe, a lot of people assume that he's got a low ceiling, but he's surpassing all those expectations.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Mavericks trail by 14. With the drive, uses the glass to finish the layup. Brunson's got his second basket of the night.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
After a whistle, we often see players demanding their coach challenge the call. Greg, were there plays you wish you could have challenged in your career?
Oh, goodness, absolutely. But the game was just so different back then, and we had other ways of resolving issues and letting the refs know when we maybe didn't appreciate a call.
first one falls for him.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Back to Brunson. From down in the low post, it goes. Brunson's got 4 points this quarter.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing. Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And it's Burke with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 14-point game. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Brunson, no good. Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's the doctor. Burke covering. Nice D from Porzingis.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Brunson. It's deflected. Up top, Durant. He's coming off an unbelievably scoring game.
Nice handles, tight handles, fluid handles, right into a shooting motion. Durant able to do everything on the offensive end.
Dallas calls timeout.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Here's Brunson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Brooklyn leading by 16. Inside, it's intercepted. .144 left in the first half of the game. Burke kicks to Brunson. Got a piece of it. Knock the pass to the doctor. Outside, KD. Porzingis with the steal. Now here's Brunson. 6 points for him. Drives to the hoop. And Durant sends it back.
Boy, that'll get everybody on the bench fired up. They love to see KD playing some D like that.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's the doctor. And foul on the shot. He'll... shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his third personal foul.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Nets have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter. Burke looking over the floor. He kicks it to Powell. To the inside. Porzingis finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Shot clock at 5. Burke with it. KD's on him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. On the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. And Doncic is subbed in for Trey Burke. Nets leading by 18. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. They get the rebound. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Nothing soft about the put back there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Doncic. Got a hand on it. Here's Durant. Here's York. And that one released in time, but no good. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Nets out in front, ending the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how'd you get in that groove offensively in the first half?
Well, I'm just playing off of my teammates. They're doing a great job of penetrating and kicking, and I'm not trying to force anything. I'm playing my game within the offense, and shots are starting to fall for me.
Looks good out there so far. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20. Kenny, what was your impression?
Watching that half, they did a great job in transition. It's so hard to score in the half court when you let your defense set up. So anytime you get a chance, go. You go. Kind of reminds me of me in the game. Everybody go to the check. Get down the court fast as you can. Come on, man.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
It's their defense that's put them in this spot. Giving up easy looks all over the place. It's like they don't have even a game plan in place. Check out the field goal percentage that they've allowed. Well, that's not going to cut it, Annie. I don't even want to talk about it no more.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You know, the doctor has been exceptional here today, guys.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nets leading by 20. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Finney Smith in at the forward with Porzingis as the other. Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Brown in at the center position. Brunson, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me this win a little bit more.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Now the pass to Finney Smith. Brunson with a clean look. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Brunson's got 8. The net shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Here's the doctor. He has 30. There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer. The doctor's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I love the tenacity. Guys, he simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Nets leading by 23. Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
You know, once Durant notices a lane, you're toast. I mean, using his long strides to get inside fast, unstoppable.
Right around a minute and a half played here. In the third quarter, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And guys, they know he's going to finish off the lob in style. Porzingis and his teammates connecting on target.
Here's the doctor. 33 points for him. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 8 rebounds in this game. There's the drive. No good from Finney-Smith. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there.
Well, 1 year at Virginia Tech and 3 more at Florida for Dorian Finney-Smith before going undrafted in 2016.
Well, Greg, you think about it, he also had a year in college, an extra year because he transferred. So that may have scared some teams off, his age and how long he spent in college. But I tell you what, if you're a pro and you've got pro ability and pro attitude, it's going to come out. And he's made an impact in the NBA from day one.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
And, guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
One shot.
That's good from Durant.
Well, you look at Durant, and it's obvious. He feels like he's got so much more to prove. I mean, he's as driven a player as you'll find in this league. That's part of his greatness.
And the Mavericks call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from the doctor.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
Who wants a T-shirt? Make some noise!
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. On the wing, Doncic, covered by Mills. Here's Brown. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Dallas shooting the ball around 43% from the floor so far in the third quarter. Here's Finney-Smith. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Nets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Doc. And it's Brown in for Kevin Durant. Now here's Brunson. T right on him. Pass to Doncic. Fires the 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Doncic has got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, often once Luka gets the ball, it's all over. It's all she wrote. He's well positioned to finish that catch and shoot.
Out left to the wing. Mills finds Brown. Down low. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Trey Burks checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Doncic kicks to Brown. Now here's Doncic, covered by Mills. And here is Doncic, drops in the layup for 2. Doncic has got 18 points.
Boy, from the moment he entered the league, Doncic has been an immediate star, capable of big nights just about any time he's on the court.
Yep, that one goes. And that's now 38 points for the Doctor.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Good work there as it goes. 20 points for Luka Doncic.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
The Doctor passes to Bembry. Here's the Doctor. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Stolen by Brunson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Brown outside. Brunson kicks to Doncic. Brunson the pass to Burke. And he's good on the three ball. He's got 10.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Brown. And it's Maxi Kleba in for Burke. And a switch here for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Bembry. Here's the Doctor. He has 40. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely giving the defender something extra to think about.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now here's Brunson. 10 points for him. From past the arc. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Here's the Doctor. And he has 42. Yep, it counts. The Doctor's got 44.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer. For him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless.
Aldridge against Brunson. Here's Cauley Stein. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in.
Porzingis.
To the middle. Kleba kicks to Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Dallas.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's the Doctor. He's got 44.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Doncic. That shot, no good. Nice D from Aldridge. Here's the Doctor, guarded by Powell. Here's the Doctor. It's tipped.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Down low. And it's sent back by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Nets.
Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Wasted no time on that one. Doncic has got 14 points here in the second half.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. For the Nets, Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Brown. And Harris subbed in for Patty Mills. Here's the doctor. Non-stop scoring machine here. 1:02 left to play here in the third. Out to Harris for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Nets lead by 18.
You know, knocking down the three guys, that's one of the premier three-point gunners in the NBA. Joe Harris.
Doncic against Durant. Now here's Brunson. He's tightly guarded. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got his fifth rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Here's Doncic. No good that time. Timeout called the Nets.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Gets it off. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Nets lead by 20. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant, Doctor out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Griffin, and it's York in at the 5 down low. Rejected by Harris. High post, KD. Here's the Doctor. The offensive rebound. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
Now here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Durant's ability to score in a lot of different ways is huge, and he makes it look easy.
Doncic passes to Kleba. Back to Doncic. And Clark, the NBA is supporting those players who use their platform for change. In 2021, the NBA created the new Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Award.
Yeah, that sends a really powerful message because those who have followed the career of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was my idol as I was growing up, know that he not only performed at the highest level between the lines, but he has always been a voice and an activist for social justice, for education, for doing what's right and decent. His career outside of basketball clearly embodies what being about human rights is all about. So that's a really powerful message, and one that I'm glad to see the NBA put forth.
Now here's Brunson. After Luka Doncic's miss, shot clock at 6. Back to Brunson. Over Durant, and Durant sends it back. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Banked in off the glass. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's Brunson. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. From downtown, and Durant sends it back.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now, here's Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Here's the Doctor. Brunson covering. Right side, Kevin Durant. Over Porzingis, and the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Brown comes in for Luka Doncic. And it's Burke in for Jalen Brunson. And the Nets also making a change. Bembry's checked in. Now Burke. Pass to Porzingis. And Brown now atop the key. Brown feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Here's Burke. After the basket by Brooklyn, it's deflected. Here's the doctor, Burke covering. And stolen by Burke. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's the doctor, Burke covering. And another one falls.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And it's Burke with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Well, Greg, for those of us who have never played in the league, what's it like traveling all over the country over the course of a long regular season?
Come on, Kevin. I bet you had a nice J back in the day. But seriously, it's a whirlwind tour. Sometimes you don't even know what city you wake up in. And I can tell you there have been many times where I've gone back to the front desk complaining because my key didn't work and using the wrong key.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball after the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Bullock, and it's blocked, and he keeps control of the ball. Here's the doctor. He's guarded by Bullock. And yes, it's good. 56 points for the doctor.
And, you know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Kicks it to Brown. Passes it to Burke. 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The wide open look here for Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's the doctor. Burke covering. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Here's the doctor. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, the doctor.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. for Dallas. Frank Ntilikina comes in for Trey Burke. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. Aldridge, the pass to the Doctor. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And for the first time in 2021, Clark, we had the full play-in tournament featuring the 7 through 10 seeds. What'd you think of the new format?
I really enjoyed it. I mean, again, part of it was we're coming out of a pandemic, and so we're starving for all things sports, and this added another level of excitement to, I think, the best game in the world, NBA basketball. You had Steph against LeBron and AD. So I think it was a pretty awesome result overall.
All right, look who's coming on this court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
Wants to get it to KD and does. And KD throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Ntilikina following the bucket by the Nets. Porzingis finds Cauley Stein. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's the Doctor. He's covered by Brown. And another one falls. Amazing.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Cauley Stein with it. There's the pass to Bullock. To the paint. Here's Ntilikina. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And Ntilikina is skilled, really skilled at getting good position in the post. I mean, he uses his quick instinct and understanding of the positioning to score inside.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game. But consider my doubts disappear.
And the Mavericks with possession here, following the bucket by the Nets. For three, Bullock. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Here's the Doctor. Yet another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Brown against KD. It's Brown with the drive. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. to Bullock. Greg, player movement is always a constant in the NBA, but with more players on the move every year, the power balance can shift in the blink of an eye.
And we've seen it with the Lakers, right? Just a few years ago. The Nets and a few others. Not everyone, though, loves it, but it sure keeps things interesting. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a two-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a two-game season series, the team winning game one has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was.
For the doctor.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Now, here's Brown. Here's Ntilikina. Has to call Stein. Poked away. And here comes the break.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
I was locked, no answer to cellies. No change in my life. Hold many. Lucky told me don't trust many. Level is just too advanced. The bezel is Tiffany stamped. Don't grip on my hand. I know that I came with the slide from left to right, but now I don't wanna dance. I got too much on the line, too much on my mind, too much ain't enough of my plans. Nike don't pay me to tell you just do it. They pay me to show you I do it again. Huh? Yeah, I'm in control of the block. You know how